And everybody, if I click the correct button, I may well even appear on the screen. How about that? What an auspicious start to another watch along. It is Plymouth versus Burnley tonight. It is the back end night 2 of round 28, the midweek round in the EFL Championship. And we got a team at the top taking on a team at the bottom. I think we've only got 4 games tonight. Let me just flash them up for you because obviously our game is an 8 o'clock kickoff and the others are about to kick off in the next few minutes. So I'd love to get your views on the other games going on tonight. It's Leeds versus Norwich up at Elland Road. Portsmouth versus Stoke down on the south coast. Sheffield Wednesday versus Bristol City. Those 3 games are kicking off in 3 minutes' time. So we might have a little look at team news and whatnot. Give me your thoughts in on those games via the comments. And then our game is the main Sky TV game. It's Plymouth versus Burnley. We had a good look at Burnley, didn't we, on Friday night in the 0-0 draw against Sunderland. We've had a few good watches of Plymouth this season, but they are struggling right down at the bottom of the table. Let's just have a little quick check in with team news in the other 3 games. Get your thoughts in and your hellos in the comments. We're a bit strapped for time, so we'll get to them ASAP. There's your Leeds versus Norwich lineup there. Meslier keeps his place in goal. Bogle, Byram, Ampadu, Roden, Tanaka, Rothwell, Solomon, Aronson, James, Pirro. Looks like Daniel Farker is just riding out that team now and going for the continuity. For Norwich, Gunn, Stacey, Duffy, Doyle, Chrisen, Fisher, McLean, Marcondes, Dobbin, Hernandez, Sfatu. Still for Norwich, no Saints, no Sargent, which is a problem. The 2 key kind of attacking players there for Norwich City not around at the moment. Let's have a look at Portsmouth versus Stoke. And Portsmouth have been good at home recently, haven't they? They line up with Schmidt in goal, Williams and Ogilvie, Pack and Atkinson, Hayden, Potts, Murphy, Lang, Richie, Bishop. We've said a few times we like that front 4. We think there's goals there for Pompey in this relegation run-in. For Stoke, Johansson, Wilson, Brandon, Chamadou, Phillips and Wilmot, Baker, Seiko, Moran, Berger, Kumas and Ennis. No Low, he's back from Walsall on loan. He did score at the weekend, but he is not in tonight for a second consecutive game. And our third and final match that is taking place at 7:45. So if you're watching any of these on the red button, please, in the comments, let us know what is going down. We need to hear from you guys. That is Sheffield Wednesday versus Bristol City. Wednesday, Beadle, Bernardo, Hekwa, Lowe, Johnson, Valerie, Bannon, Charles, Windass, Kasama, Ugbo. It's kind of the second half shape. If you watch the watch along between Leeds and Wednesday on Sunday afternoon, that's what Danny Roll did in the second half when the substitutions were coming in, the 3 at the back shape. For Bristol City, O'Leary, Viner, Dickey, McNally, Sykes, McCrory, Bird, Knight, Twine, Hirokawa and Wells. It's a double 3 at the back and could be a tight, low margin game, that one for sure. We're just seeing James Trafford's antics the other night, which we got a look at in real time. There was some housery from the Burnley keeper, but he did save both penalties. Right, let's say some hellos and whatnot in the chat. Bricktop, welcome to you, fella. Ewan, Ashley, Brian, Josh, Kat in a rage. Ian, welcome to you. Happy Chappy. What else have we got here? Argyle are going to get a hammering. We don't like the sound of that. Sargent on the... Oh, good news then, Brendan. Yeah, Sargent on the bench for Norwich. I did not check that. Period for a hat-trick in my fantasy EFL team. I'm sure everyone's going to have a particular agenda on a particular game and a particular thing that they want to particularly happen. What I particularly want you to do right now is hit the thumbs up button. Let's get this stream off with a bang here. We need a like spike. Need everybody who's watching right now to hit the thumbs up. If anyone can give me a running total after that would be great. You've got 11 seconds. Thumbs up. Let's go, guys. Thank you so much. So if you are watching any of those three other games, they all are kicked off now. It's Leeds versus Norwich, Sheffield Wednesday versus Bristol City. It is Pompey versus Stoke. If you're on the red button watching those, give us an update. Let us know how the first 15 minutes is playing out as we are setting up here for Plymouth versus Burnley. And let's get right into it now and have a look at the lineups. So I guess my question to you guys in the chat before we even get into the lineups is there any chance for Plymouth in this game? They're bottom of the table, really struggling. New manager Ian hasn't won either of his first couple of games. And they're playing Burnley, who are impossibly difficult to score against, very rarely lose, and are right up at the top of the table. All smells like an away win, but it's the EFL. You never know. Here's the teams for tonight. In goal for Argyle is Grimshaw. I think he had a pretty good game against QPR despite the defeat in the end. God. So I try and pronounce his first name. Let's just go for a second. Puchacz, the Polish centre-back, with Paulsen, the Icelandic centre-back, and Plagozelo. That's going to be a fun back three for me. 3 Ps, 3 exotic names. Wish me luck is all I'm going to say about that. Let's hope they get the ball forward nice and quickly and not on it very often. Mumba and Ogbeta are the wing-backs. JB and the captain, Adam Randell. I think he's captain, isn't he? Baidu and El Haj and Hardy up top for Argyle. Let me know. Can you see a match winner in there for Plymouth Argyle? Let me know your thoughts. Can you see one on the bench? Let's have a look who Argyle can call on if they need. Baker, Sorinola, Roberts, Wright, Houghton, Bundu, Isaka, Sissoko, Finn. Is that all she wrote? Yes, that is it. Let's have a look at the Burnley 11, and we should be very familiar with this lot. What we've been being right up at the top of the table in the title race. And also, if you joined me on Friday night, this looks, let me just double check, like pretty much the same team, doesn't it? Although Perez in at left back. Who was playing left back the other night? I can't remember. Trafford in goal. He was the main man, the protagonist at the end of that game. A double penalty save from James Trafford and 1,000 clean sheets already this season. Roberts and Perez are the fullbacks. Who played left back for Burnley the other night? I can't remember. Esteve and Egan Riley are the very performing well centre-back duo, knocking out the clean sheets and getting the rave reviews. Sam Parkin picked CJ Egan Riley and his team of the season so far. Cullen and Laurent is your double pivot. Anthony and Foster wide, with Brownhill and Fleming at number 10 and at number 9. On the bench for Burnley, they're a year 1 parachute team, so we expect some really good options. And that's what you get. Hladky, Humphreys, he must have played left back the other night. Worrell, Egan, Barnes, Hannibal, Rodriguez, Sarmiento, Colliosho. So even if Burnley can keep this tight, Plymouth can keep this tight up to the 60, 70 minute mark, look what Burnley have to bring off the bench. That's the deal in the Championship. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Let's have a look at some comments here. What have we got here? Whittaker not playing. No, he is not. Leeds are already 1-0 up. Wow. Let's just have a look at the live league table, because that puts even more pressure on Burnley, doesn't it? Look who Leeds play next as well. Burnley, I think it's a Monday nighter, isn't it? So, look, if Burnley don't win tonight, they are 4 points off Sheffield United and 5 off Leeds, we were talking. I did a hot takes video today about the wins last night for Sheffield United and for Sunderland. And you just wonder at the moment, Sunderland and Burnley is the bare minimum. You just got to win every week just to keep up with Leeds and Sheffield United, what they are doing points-wise at the moment. Only my second watch along. Cat in a Rage. You're very welcome. Let's see if we can get you up to 100, yeah? Lee, welcome to you. Yeah, a few people raising the idea that Whittaker not playing, and it's a big link with Burnley, actually, as well. So that's very awkward, isn't it, given they're the opponents. Was it 33 seconds for Leeds? Wow. If that's true, that's two. It scored in like 3 or 4 minutes the other day. Very hard to go to Ellen Road if you're going to give yourself a goal deficit early in the game. Pompey also 1-0 up. If Pompey win, they're up to 18th. Shall we have a look at the live league table and see Pompey in all their glory in 18th place? There they are. And you people asking me about a high tide at the bottom and a high points total. I didn't believe it a few weeks ago, but maybe you people were right. Maybe we are going to be pushing above a point per game, and 46 is not going to be enough. We're going to get a look at the Leeds goal here. Who is it? James going in down the right-hand side. Oh, what's the keeper doing there? Gunn makes that really easy for Solomon. He kind of slides out with his legs directly in front of where the attacker's playing. We're going to see the Colby Bishop penalty. We're not going to see the incident. Vic Johansson in goal goes the right way. He cannot save it. Don't know what's going on at Hillsborough. We're just getting some footage of Rob Dickey on the deck. Some high foot tackle, nothing doing really. There's Michael Obafemi, formerly of Burnley, saying hello to all of the Burnley players as well. There we go. Welcome, Planet Bull. Welcome, Kieran. He's going back on the Burnley coach. That'd be popular, won't it? Wayne, shout out to you and Matt SB for your League One predictions. Thank you so much. Big game in League One tomorrow night, by the way, if you're across that. It's Wrexham versus Birmingham. Unopposed on TV in terms of English football as well. So we hope that will do a great TV number for the EFL. Brian, looks like Whittaker going to Burnley, offered £5 million Plymouth, from holding out for a bit more. Yeah. Morgan Whittaker, conspicuous with his absence tonight. Should we do some predictions, guys? I'm sure we're going to get a lot of calls for away wins here. We're going to get a lot of Burnley clean sheets. Let me know how you see this one going. Just literally put Plymouth, score, Burnley. Let me know how you think this one is going to play out. You have got 24 seconds to get your predictions in. I'll read them all out. Get them in via the comments. I need you to tell me how this is going to end up and how many 0-1s are we going to get. Right, let's read out as many of your predictions as you can. Actually, I think I might have the pad here where I actually wrote down my predictions. There you go. That's breaking the fourth wall, isn't it? Have a good look at that. There's my notes for the Championship predictions. What did I have? 3-0 Burnley, I went. Sorry, Plymouth fans. I went all in. I hope I'm wrong for your sake, Argyle fans, but I've backed Burnley quite heavily. Let's see what you lot are saying in the chat. Kieran, 2-0. Oh, 2-0 to Pompey. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Pompey are 2-0 up and flying at Fratton, aren't they? Right, here we go. Whale, well done. He's got the 0-0 up early. Ewan, 2-1 Burnley. Lee, 2-0 Burnley. Gaza, 2-1 Argyle. Jack, 2-0 Burnley. Ted, 2-0 Burnley. Sam, 2-1 Burnley. Cat, 1-0 Burnley. Wayne with the Desmond. Brendan, 2-1 Burnley. Rich, 1-0 Plymouth, I guess that means. Tagar Mask. 0-0 for optimism reasons. Yeah, we've got to get the 0-0 in. 2-0 Burnley for Ashley. 2-0 Burnley for Brian as well. We're heavily on Burnley, which I completely understand. 1-0 Burnley, says Whiteheart. 2-1 Greens. There you go. There's one for the Argyle. Argyle 0, Burnley 1. 2-0 Burnley. I think we are there, are we? Mind blown. 3-2 Burnley. How about that? Ben 0, effing 0. David, mix up with defender. No, they got their Portsmouth player in. Header over keeper. There we go. Kieran's going 1-0 Argyle. So I get it. I mean, look, I suppose the only thing going for Plymouth here is they are at home. And traditionally, we know Plymouth are a very good home side, aren't they? Over decades, not just the past couple of seasons. David's gone 3-1 Burnley. A goalkeeper assist in the Pompey game. How about that? Anyone got the Pompey keeper? Is it Schmidt in their fantasy team? They'll be pleased with that one. Michael, I think I answered this. It might have even been you. I answered the other day, Michael. No golden ticket now. We are not partnered with Beer 52 until the playoffs. They'll be back then. So no golden ticket games tonight. Right. Let's get one more like spike. We're at 7:58. And the great Sam Parkin, get the sound up as well on the TV because my colleague on the Championship Check-In podcast, our friend Sam, is on co-coms here for Sky TV. So I don't want to be in competition with my mate. I think you should listen to both of us and see what Sam has got to say. He's done Argyle a few times, so he's really knowledgeable about them. Thank you, Mind Blown. I hope I've managed to catch up on some sleep. Yes. Shaley went all in and did the bad cop thing, and we think we're winning the game of sleep regression. Burnley playing bottom of the league today, then Leeds on Monday. Bottom, then top, very likely, given Leeds are already up against Norwich. Right, let's get one more like spike before we kick off. Hit that thumbs up button. If anyone can tell me how many likes we got, that'd be great as well. You've got 11 seconds. Go. Thank you for all your support. It really, really helps out if you can hit the thumbs up button. It helps our stream attract as many viewers and hopefully new viewers as possible. It's lovely when we see new faces and new names in the chat. Come one, come all. We want to see as many people in the chat, as many fans of as many different clubs as possible. There we go. 37. Happy chappy. Thank you. Just subbed. Well done, the Uncharted Exploration. Very, very happy to have you here. Let's get the banner up on the screen there. Plymouth v Burnley. In fact, let's change that banner to say Plymouth 0, Burnley 0. If you're an Argyle fan, would you stop the clocks and finish the match at that? Take a point and a clean sheet against Burnley? I suspect most of the Argyle fans will. Tough task for Miran Muslik and the Argyle players tonight. Burnley very, very rarely lose. I think only 2 defeats this season, maybe one to Sunderland. I can't remember who the other one was against. It would have been on the road somewhere. We are off and running because we know they are unbeaten at home. Who was Burnley's other defeat to, guys? Come on, I've got to be able to remember this, haven't I? No, I can't remember. Tell me in the comments, guys. Tell me now. We have kicked off Watton's World. Welcome to you, fella. Ben, very, very kind. Lovely picture of Mayenda from last night. In fact, lovely predictions. Thank you so much. Yes, well done. Lost at Millwall. You're right. Right. I think there's a couple more predictions in there. And let's try and get into this now as the ball's turned over in midfield. And we're going to get a Burnley counter-attack in the first minute. Dealt with pretty efficiently by the Argyle defence. It's back with Grimshaw, who knocks it out left to Pukas, a name I'm going to have fun trying to pronounce all night. Better is chasing down on the left-hand side. And the ball is with James Trafford, who's had a new trim after all the camera time he got on Friday night with his double penalty save. This league is crazy tight. That's the deal, El Rovers. Brownhill. Roberts at right back. Roberts in to Cullen. Goals flying in around the grounds. I think that's being said because I think Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead. So we've got 3 EFL Championship games kicked off at 7:45. They all have a goal in, and there's 2 at Pompey. So come on, Burnley and Argyle. The gauntlet has been laid down. Adam, Plymouth to win and Leeds to win tonight. You would expect they're both strong favourites. As Pukaz knocks that home to Grimshaw. A little bit messy in the feeling out period. Cullen knocks it forward. Pretty low quality first 2 minutes and 10 seconds of this one, guys. Thank you for your support as ever. That looks like Morgan Whittaker, who is pictured in the stand there. Sky have buried him there a little bit, saying 1 goal and 1 assist in his last 11. Not the greatest numbers. Ian, Wednesday, a decent outside playoff bet? Yeah, I'd say so. Although QPR are on a mad run at the moment, aren't they? Looking like that team that, is possibly going to make a run. Get in there. They've gone early, though. Better to go early, I think, sometimes. Get in there. Trafford goes long. Bukaz heads it away. Ogbeta. Look like Brownhill left one on Ogbeta there, but no foul. It's going to be a Burnley throw that Roberts will take. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Are they playing in the Champions League tonight? I think I was covering Man City with SBK. They're at PSG, is that right? Let us know if you're watching any Champions League football as well. Whatever you're watching, we want to hear about it. And if you're watching this one, give me your views. Help me with my read of the game. I'm just the same as you, an opinionated fan, right? Big kick by Trafford again, who's gone forward pretty early a couple of times. Was looking for Lyle Foster down the left wing there. Couldn't find him. It's going to be a throw in which Pires is going to take. Lucas Pires, the Brazilian left back. Anthony knocks that back in. How many Burnley supporters travelled down to Devon? I don't really know how many, but however many, well played, especially with the game on TV. Would have been much easier to stay home and watch this one on the box and not get home at 3 a.m. or whatever it's going to be from Plymouth all the way up. But fair play, all into the box now. And the first cross of the game goes in from Zian Fleming. It's knocked over his own bar by JB. And it's going to be a corner. Paul, welcome to you. I'm good. Thank you for asking, matey. Oh, yeah. Coventry, only 15 quid a ticket for the FA Cup game. I suspect that's going to sell very well. Should try and get myself down to that, actually. Corner, Burnley. It's going to come in right-footed from Jaden Anthony. Swung in. Headed away on the near post. Brownhill recycle inside Cullen. Back to Brownhill. Crossing position. Back to Cullen. Patient. Cullen onto the left foot. Fires it up back stick. The header is one. Looked like a shove in the back there. Looked like a foul by Foster. Has been penalised? I don't know. Ian off ground hopping Wednesday v Luton. Oh, enjoy that one, matey. Great ground to go to, Hillsborough, isn't it? I always like going there. 5:40 on the clock, 0-0. Messy so far. Neither side in control. Burnley have edged it, but edged it on the basis of not a hell of a lot. Throw in Argyle. Lots of goals in the EFL Championship tonight. Pompey already 2-0 up against Stoke. Leeds 1 up against Norwich. Wednesday 1 up against Bristol City, who are having a bad week, aren't they? They lost at Coventry at the weekend. We looked on the hot takes at the potential for 9-point weeks. Sheffield United, QPR, Coventry, Oxford on for the 9-point week. Bristol City are going to be on for a 0 points week. If things continue as they are over at Hillsborough. Trafford goes long again with a goal kick. Stop this. Free kick to Plymouth now. How many points will it take to stay up in the Championship? Well, we usually say 45, Ewan, but maybe, should we add 3 on? Looking like a possible high tie. Should we say 48? I'll say 48 right now. Well, that's more than that last season. Bit of an outlier. Annie, legend. Update from our game. Awful. What, the quality or the Bristol City performance, Annie? Let me know. Hukaz goes back to Grimshaw. Headed forward, looking for Baidu. Burnley are starting to build up plenty of possession now, as they're pretty good at, 68% on the possession now to Burnley. They're starting to get some control, aren't they? Hukaz down the line. He was looking for Al-Hajj, couldn't find him. And here comes Anthony running into the gap. Anthony, big booming cross, looking for Foster. It's put too much on. It's a poor cross. It's that classic thing of they hold the thumb up, applauding the idea, but give me good execution over a good idea, I tell you. Both. No, not good. Sounds like Bristol City have started poorly. They're a goal down at Hillsborough, where I thought Wednesday were all right against Leeds. Ellen Road has just been fearsome for teams to get anything from this season. Only Burnley, in fact, have won there, who we're watching tonight. And Wednesday gave it a pretty good go, and Leeds still won 3-0, didn't they? Perez. Egan Riley. Nice little feed into the front. Ogbeta comes away with it for Argyle. Al-Hajj knocks it off to JB. Plegazelo. Mumba. And it's turned over as it gets to Baidu. It's the most passes Argyle have strung together all night so far, isn't it? Been a tricky start, mainly without the ball for Plymouth. They're taking their time with the throw-in. I doubt Moslick will be unhappy with the first 10, but you do get the sense that Burnley will... Oh, Trafford nearly got caught on the ball there. I'm sure plenty of watching fans from Friday night's game would like to see him come a cropper after his housery before the penalty saves. Good keeper, though. Ashley, what do I think of the incoming signing of Enciso? I'm going to need to do some research on him, Ashley, because I'm going to have to speak about him on Blue Monday. So I'm hoping you're about to tell me all about him, mate. Smarten me up. I trust the professor. If he wants him, I'm sure he's a good player. Ten gone, 0-0, throwing Burnley. Ambitious one by Brownhill. Anthony nearly nicks it deep in the box. That's a poor clearance. Brownhill now. Brownhill fizzes the crossover. Oh, it's a brilliant goal. Absolutely brilliant goal by Fleming. It's really poor defended by Plymouth. They should clear their lines, but Josh Brownhill half volleys in a filthy cross. He kind of swazzes across it on the volley, and then Zian Fleming pokes it in also on the volley. It's an outstanding goal by Burnley to start this one. Worst possible start for Argyle. Plymouth 0, Burnley 1. Oh, guys, how good is that goal, by the way? Look at the pass from Brownhill. Look at that technique. Arrows it across, and then Fleming karate kicks it into the net. It's a brilliant goal. I have to say, there's a shocking bit of defending beforehand where Brownhill hurls it in for Anthony to chase. They should deal with it. It's a poor clearance back to Brownhill, but in deference to the Argyle defenders, you do not expect Josh Brownhill to then do what he does, which is a disgusting cross. And Fleming's finish is superb. Sorry, Plymouth fans will be pleased with that. I just put the wrong score up. Let's change that to a Burnley goal. Burnley lead early. Oh, and here they come again. Laurent chasing in behind. Oh, he shoots near post. Why doesn't he cross it? Wow. This doesn't want to get loose for Argyle. They don't want to go 2 down early in this one. It's Plymouth 0, Burnley 1. It's an absolutely tremendous goal. I think Laurent just ran out of legs there, but it's a corner to the Clarets. Do Leeds still have to play Burnley this season? They play them on Monday, Ewan. Poor clearance has been the story of our season. I mean, it's hard, isn't it? Because it's easy to sit and find fault with every goal. It is a poor clearance. It's then brilliant from Brownhill afterwards. Fleming volleys it in, but what about that cross, hey? Outstanding goal from Burnley early in this one. And what that does mean, I think I'm right, is there were goals inside the first 15 of every single one of the EFL Championship matches tonight. And Stoke have got one back as well. Wow. It is raining goals, and it's raining in Paris. Paul's watching Man City visit PSG. Let us know how that one's going. Paul, let us know whatever game you're watching if you're on the red button. Watching Pompey and Stoke, which has been full of goals so far. Were any of them as good as the goal we saw here, which was an absolute perler from Zian Fleming. Brilliant stuff from Burnley. Live league table now. I'm not going to display it because I got the clock up there instead, but that puts Burnley in 3rd place above Sunderland. Leeds are also winning, so we're 59, 58, 56, 54. And it would be a perfect midweek for the top 4. So it's just as you were, isn't it? Add 3 points on for everybody, and well played to that top 4. If they all go through today with a victory, you've got to say that is impressive. Yeah, Leeds still go to Turf Moor on Monday night. Huge game, that one. Really looking forward to that. Big head-to-head. We should be on a watch-along for that one, surely, shouldn't we? Free kick, Burnley, over on the left wing. Esteve has gone up. Egan Riley has gone up. Foster's moved into the middle as well. Fleming's gone near post. It's very narrow and condensed. You'd imagine some of the Burnley players are going to fan out and widen this angle of attack up. Else there's not a lot to aim for. Oh, it's a good delivery. Deflected. The header down was from Esteve. I think it was Fleming followed in. Grimshaw did well to punch that one away. Recycled back towards the box. Half cleared to Brownhill. Swings it onto his right foot and knocks it out to Connor Roberts. Roberts knocks it back, and we go home to James Trafford. Paul, top 4 relentless. Other 2 playoff spots or anyone? Yeah. I'm not seeing a consistent Borough side, a consistent West Brom side, a consistent Blackburn side. I'm seeing a consistent QPR side. Norwich are fun, but they're messing it up at the moment. Bristol City got up there, didn't they? Sheffield Wednesday want to be in the conversation. Coventry, I mean, the way Oxford are going at the moment, if they do what they've done in the last 7 games. Oh my goodness, given away inside his own box to Al Haj. What a horrible touch by Egan Riley. It's crossed in by Ogbeta, and they've cleared their lines. Nearly a complete horror show at the back by C.J. Egan Riley. They've gotten away with it. Ben, we need to win against Argyle. He's talking about Sunderland, Argyle, and either Burnley or Leeds will drop points. Yep, you've got to take advantage when your other teams are head-to-head in. It's normally the draw is the best result there. Just take a point out of the table. So only 2 go on and not 3. Providing you take 3 yourself. That's the deal, isn't it? Paulson. Nearly an absolute horror show, wasn't it, for Egan Riley at the back for Burnley there. They've not given anything away so far in this game, Burnley, with that imperious defence, but that would have been one of the most embarrassing goals. They've still only conceded 9, haven't they? Burnley, which is insanely good. 9 in 28 games. How about that? Oh, goodness me. What I didn't spot in there, was a big handball. And I think that should have been a penalty. Yeah, it's a penalty, isn't it? I didn't spot that at all. It's a real close range header, but there's enough distance and his arm's there like that. So, yeah, Burnley should have had a penalty then, shouldn't they? I didn't spot it from the hard cam footage there. I was busy following the ball. You assume it just bounced off somewhere that was not an arm. But, yeah, that probably should have been a penalty to Burnley, that, shouldn't it? I think enough distance between... Who was it? Was it Estev and Paulson whose arm it hit? And his arm is very much in an unnatural position like that. It would only be proximity. And I think he's far enough away to say, look, obviously you can put your arms up when you jump, but he's like there. So, not so sure that shouldn't have been a penalty as it's knocked back. Here is Paulson, who probably got away with one there, didn't he? Knocked into Randell in midfield. Mumba. We all fall down, and it's knocked forward to Zian Fleming. Burnley are in control here, aren't they? Looking good. Fleming knocks that out. So it's gone out to Anthony. Roberts, Brownhill, Anthony, and booted away by Paulson. Is there parachute payments from the Championship to League One? No. Solidarity, yes. No parachute. Well, there was one team that got parachute payments in League One, and that was Sunderland, because they got relegated twice in a row. Oh, it's knocked into Fleming. Oh, it's another. Oh, he's offside. It's another chance. Not that Sunderland saw any of the parachute payments, because Ellis Short pocketed them as part of his sale agreement. Restart here. 20 gone for Grimshaw. Who do I think will miss out on the top 2? I don't know. I'll plead the 5th at the moment. We definitely got 4 teams for 2 places. Sunderland shouldn't be excluded from the conversation. I know they don't have the parachute payments and they'd be the outsiders, but they've done superb. When am I doing a Millwall watch? When are they next on the TV, Gizmo? Need to be the main game. Yeah, Luton, as things stand, would be on for consecutive relegations. It'd be incredible, that, wouldn't it? Pukats. In comes the corner, left-footed from the pole. Headed away. And Jaden Anthony. Oh, they've poked it out. It's a big moment now. They're coming away down the left-hand side with Brownhill. He's going to want to put it on his right foot. Cuts inside. He was always going to do that. That was the issue with the width there. Brownhill gets it back. And the attack is broken down. There was a moment there where they were 3-on-3 at halfway. Brownhill just was always going to have to cut in onto his right foot and narrow off the angle of attack. Burnley well in control here. They lead 1-0. And they look the more likely to be getting the next goal. 4-0. Pretty much 60-40 on the possession as well. In favour of the Clarets, who are going up to third in the league once again, if things stay as they are right now. Fleming the scorer, brilliant goal. Better down the left. His cross is blocked out by Roberts. Saturday, 12:30. Possibly we might be doing that one, yeah. It has to be the main game, though. We only ever do the main game on Sky, don't we? But yeah, we'll do whoever's on for sure, won't we? Plenty of goalmouth action at Fratton Park. Sounds good. Hector, welcome. Dave, welcome. Throw in for Burnley. Roberts to Anthony, who just swivels and volleys it up in the air towards the centre circle. Brownhill, Fleming. Anthony turned over. JB's going to go back home. Plymouth 0, Burnley 1. Brilliant goal by Burnley. Should have probably had a penalty as well for that handball shout on Paulson. We are midway through the first half. Scott Parker will be pretty happy with this, surely, won't he? Surely. Don't call me Shirley. I'll throw in down the right-hand side. Connor Roberts is going to take. Rocking a fine tash there. It's not November, is it? It's January. These are the games. If you're Burnley, you've got to churn out midweek all the way down to Plymouth, keep a clean sheet, win the game, get the job done. Roberts throws into the middle of the pitch. Esteve hooks it forward. Foster trying to get away from Plegazelo. Done well, actually. Won a corner. Defender was always on the back foot, wasn't he? There you go. Burnley looking like they're going to be busy in the transfer window. Remember when Scott Parker was last in the Championship? His Bournemouth side signed a hell of a lot of players in January, didn't they? In comes another corner for Burnley, cleared away. Recycle there was by Perez, was it? It's volleyed over the bar. Luke Wolfenden to Inter Miami. Nice gig if you can get it. I can think of worse places to go to work every day. I think Inter Miami got quite a good striker as well, haven't they? Anthony off the wing inside to Fleming. He's done well. Fleming sorts his feet out, hits the shot low. Easy save for Grimshaw. He had a ball outside on the left, Fleming, which with hindsight he should have played. It was Foster, wasn't it? Touch. Give it now. Yeah. And Foster had help over there, but Fleming, having scored that brilliant goal, you don't blame him for backing himself to try and get another one there. Al-Hajj, poor. Takes a touch, doesn't know where old Better is. Assumes he's going down the line, just plays it out of play. Real Madrid are winning. The kings of the Champions League, hey? Swap deal, I'll take it. Even for one game, I would take it, hey? Get him in there. 6 shots to 0. 9 touches to 2 in the boxes. Just roll that back. We're talking about Burnley have only had 2 touches in this game so far in. Sorry, did I say Burnley? The Plymouth have only had 2 touches in the Burnley box. And honestly, I think one of those was when CJ Egan-Riley just gave the ball away. It's turned over and picked up by Brownhill. Influential as ever. Foster reverse ball. Perez crosses left-footed. Roberts chasing the tail here. Plymouth, aren't they? Burnley are all over him. Egan-Riley. Anthony. Step over. Works better again and knocks that one back to Egan-Riley, to Laurent. Turns inside. Patient. There's a man over on the left. Foster. Could have gone to Perez. Chose not to. Little feed through. Roberts. So it's really, really patient. Foster hits the shot, blocked out. And they've got it clear now. Well, they've booted it up in the air. It's not gone clear. Roberts tries to bring it down. Plymouth cannot get out of their own penalty box. It's back with Egan-Riley now. I've cleared their lines, having said that. It's gone in long to Foster. Chests down. Shot driven. I think it's hit the post there. It was Laurent, actually, not Foster. My bad. I think he pushed that onto the post. Did he, Grimshaw? We did not expect that shot to come in that fearsome. Chest down. Boff. Does that hit the post? Looks like he parried it onto the post. We'll get a good look now from this angle. It's a great hit, that, isn't it? Pretty much down the keeper's throat. It's a good save, isn't it, by Grimshaw? He really smashed that, didn't he? Clip to the back stick. The corner is headed down by Roberts. Ooh. Chance there again. It was Foster that time, blocked out. And the chances are coming thick and fast for Burnley, who look very much more likely to score the next goal in this game than Plymouth Argyle do. And the ball is back with James Trafford as we come up the half-hour mark. Ben, the top 4 great sides in the Championship. Who do you think is the better team? I guess Leeds have got the most balance. Maybe Sheffield United have got the most kind of fight and intangibles. Burnley have definitely got the best defence, haven't they, and structure. And Sunderland are the wild card. So you can make arguments that all have got different facets that are, that they're best at. Looking at Poulsen again there, and that I didn't think was a handball, but yeah, certainly could have been penalised for one earlier. Cullen takes the free kick quickly, looking for Anthony. Oh, great cross by Anthony. Oh, it's another brilliantly executed goal by Burnley. Fleming gets it again, and Fleming has had 2 absolutely wonderful crosses to dine off here. It's a big switch of play by Cullen. Anthony does miraculously well to get that across First time on the half volley, and it is a tap-in. It wasn't the first time. This one was for Fleming. He's on for the hat-trick now. It's Plymouth 0, it's Burnley 2. Fleming with both. Yeah, he's wide awake, Cullen. I wonder if the cross takes a deflection. Let's just have a look. The cross just nicks off Puka's knee. But I think they deserved their bit of luck there, Burnley. Because it's a great bit of quick thinking by Cullen to take the kick early. And it's a great idea from Anthony just to try and pop the cross in. That forces the defender to charge it down, and they get the bit of luck, and it's a tap-in for Zian Fleming. It's 2-0, and they're ever so comfortable here. Burnley, 2-0 doesn't really flatter them at all, does it? Plymouth 0, Burnley 2. Get your thoughts in via the comments. Really comfortable, this. Really, really comfortable. There you go. Cat in a Rage has tapped out. Relegation confirmed. This is grim. Totally dominating a poor Plymouth side. Argyle are doomed. The difference in class between the two sides is simply too big, especially with Whittaker out for Plymouth. Yeah, it doesn't flatter them, does it? 2-0. Burnley, they're well on top in this one. Aren't they? If Burnley were to sign Whittaker this January, how good a signing would that be for them? I mean, they don't need him looking at this, do they? But you always want to, it's crossed in a game by Anthony. You know, you just want to get the job done and get over the line and have as many good players available as on offer, I guess. But, I mean, if he's going to play on the right wing, then Anthony looks like he's got that covered from what I'm watching right now. But, hey, everyone seems to want two players for every one position, don't they? They've still got Benson, Burnley. I think they might have actually, haven't they? Anthony. Oh, it's into the middle again. Oh, it is 3-0. This is an absolute battering now. All the goals have come from the right-hand side. This time, Josh Laurent, he was unlucky not to score a few minutes ago. He's hit that one first time. And I think we are witnessing a murder here near. Laurent scores. It's Plymouth 0, Burnley 3. It's nasty. Ouch. Goodness me. It's absolutely torrid, isn't it? Roberts puts the cross in this time from the right. It's a nice finish by Laurent, isn't it? Kind of in the middle of the goal, but he smacks it really hard first time on the swivel. It's just a bit awkward now to watch, isn't it? Because the gulf between the two sides is absolutely massive. They're getting an absolute paste in here, Plymouth. And yeah, some of the fans are off to the pub probably, or off down the back to have a beer before half time and not enjoying what they're watching. It's Plymouth 0, Burnley 3. Miron Muslik, the new manager, doesn't particularly know what's hit him here. What's hit him is a Burnley side with the force of a train in this first half. Fleming with 2, Laurent with the 3rd. All the goals coming from this right-hand side with Ogbeta and Pukas. It's just brutal. They probably should have a penalty as well, Burnley, that they didn't get. Absolutely dominant performance by the Clarets, who lead 3-0. Huh. Yeah, 0-0's well gone. I'm actually worried because I predicted 3-0 and it's already 3-0. Burnley still have Benson. Ramsey and Bayer still set to return, yeah. Yeah, it could get ugly here. It really could. To be honest, there's an injury hold now and they're getting a drinks break. Muslik is just trying to sort it all out. They all look a bit crestfallen, the Argyle lads. Randell is having a word with Paulson at the back. It's Plogazelo who's hurt, and it's probably I don't think it's a, quote, tactical injury. Connor Chaplin, as we call them. I wonder what Morgan Whittaker's thinking. The camera is on him. He's in the stand here, not playing tonight, linked with a move to Burnley, and I bet he's quite happy he's not playing. There's the bounce ball. Knocked back to Grimshaw. Plymouth are just going to want to get to half-time now at 3-0 and regroup. I hope this doesn't get any more loose than it is already. Try and bust the momentum that Burnley have got. Absolutely dominant. Scott Parker's probably already planning which service station he's going to stop off at the way home. Get a cup of coffee. Oh, sorry, I'm struggling with my eye again. Streaming right now. Apologies. Plogazelo heads that out. It's a throw in to Burnley on the left-hand side. Friday night, Sheffield United versus Hull. We will try and be across that one for you. And whoever was asking about Millwall, yeah, it does look like we'll be covering Luton Millwall on Saturday, if I can get permission to do that. And Burnley Leeds on Monday night. That should be brilliant. Right, here's a nice scene for Plymouth. It's gone out to Ogbeta, hasn't made it. Jaden Anthony back. Flips it out for the throw-in. Cross goes into the near post. And Ryan Hardy flicks the header goalwards. And I think that will count as an attempt on goal, will it? Don't think it was going in. And Trafford kind of controlled it rather than saved it. I'm off to support Exeter. Doesn't sound good. Fleming tries to hold it up. Stiff tackle, but no foul given on him. Although Plymouth have turned it over. And we're going to get a counter-attack through Roberts. Yeah, Kelvin, we'll see if that Hardy header, which probably after you sent that comment, goes through as a shot on target. I mean, it was never going to result in a goal, was it? But JB, a bit aggressive into the tackle on Cullen. Randell telling him, calm down, don't give away stupid free kicks like that. Kick went in quickly there. I wasn't actually paying attention. I think Paulson's put it out for a corner. Yes, we should be doing Burnley versus Leeds on Monday night. It should be a tremendous game. Looking forward to that. Here comes a corner then for Burnley. Will it be a fourth before half-time? Comes in right-footed. Oh, it could well have been. They're appealing handball again. It's Fleming on the near post. He's not marked. He got the header, didn't he? Well, I think the defender was kind of a foot away from him, but the point stands. He was allowed to get the header on goal. An appeal from a fair few of the Burnley players. Let's have a look at this one. Oh my God. He's handballed it again, hasn't he? I don't know what's up with Poulsen. The Plymouth centre-back probably could have conceded 2 penalties in this game. My God. Ball seems to be magnetised to his arms in the box. Al-Haj. Poulsen. Remember, Plymouth are 5 points adrift at the bottom as well going into today's game. We're round 28, so there'll be 18 to play after this. As we approach half-time. Defo pen. I mean, I suppose the only debate actually is which one was more of a penalty, the first one or the second one. But yeah, they've conceded 3 goals. They could have conceded 2 penalties as well in this game. Plymouth Argyle. So one-sided. It's uncomfortable to watch, isn't it? Stats have we got here? 13 shots to 1. Deary me. 62-38 on the possession. 1.58 XG to 0.07. Oof. Not good. Yeah, Burnley is like an obligation, I think, to buy for Fleming. I think that definitely converts, doesn't it? So in Burnley over on the left wing. Passed on from Foster to Pires, who doesn't seem to want to take it from the correct place. We've wasted about 30 seconds on this now. Hurry up, lad. Come on. Oh, he's got to get yellow carded for this, hasn't he? Taking the mickey there. Took forever to take that throw on. Egan Riley. Anthony, who's probably the man of the match, is he? I know Fleming scored 2 goals. I think I made Anthony the player of the first half. Here he is on the ball again. All the tricks coming out and the slick control. And there's a back heel from him as well. Underlining my point. Oh, nice little ball inside by Cullen. It's broken to Roberts. He's tackled. Anthony puts the cross in to the back post. It's put under the crossbar. And it is headed in by Josh Laurent. It is 4-0. It is absolutely brutal. It comes from Anthony's side again. The cross goes over, headed back across the goal. And just before half-time, it has gone Plymouth 0, Burnley 4. An absolutely brutal first half massacre. 4-0. Oh, this is so uncomfortable to watch now, isn't it? Lobbed in to the back post. Now, that's not fair. He doesn't lob it in. He flights it over really nicely. It's a beautiful assist, actually, from then Foster, who kind of cushions it back. And look at the big smile on Josh Laurent's face. He's like, I'm on the goal line. I'm never going to score an easier goal than that. Nods it in from about 6 inches. 4-0. There goes my 3-0 prediction. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Plymouth 0. Burnley 4. A miserable night for Plymouth. Great night for Burnley. Their goal difference going from strength to strength. They already had a Beautiful total on the minus ledger. But the goals for ledger is going up very, very nicely tonight. The longer this game goes, 2 for Fleming, 2 for Laurent. Painful first half for Plymouth. Really, really painful. Oh, that's played through. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, he's missed the chance. No, it is going to be 5. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm not actually finding this fun now. It's supposed to be fun. It's actually 5-0 now at half-time. It was a terrible, terrible back pass. Oh, Plymouth have completely lost the plot here. I didn't even see who put it in. Was it Brownhill? I think Fleming went clear through. He probably should have scored and gone round the keeper. It was knocked out. I think it was Brownhill who stuck it in. I don't even know who the scorer is. I don't really want to know. Oh, dear. I'm going to play the goal sting and we'll figure it out. 5-0. It was Cullen who put it in. They're all in on the act here. To be fair to Fleming, he doesn't quite get there first. It's a terrible, terrible back pass. Just to add insult to Grimshaw's injury and goal, it takes a little deflection on the way through from Cullen. And have you seen a more brutal half of football than this? I bet you haven't. Absolutely painful to watch this. In the words of Jim Ross, can somebody stop the damn match in WWF? Oh, my goodness me. Yeah. And the match has been stopped at halftime. Oh, that was uncomfortable beyond belief. Really, really painful to watch that. Plymouth 0, Burnley 5. Burnley had won the game within, I don't know, 20 minutes when they got themselves a goal up, but it just went from bad to worse, and it's 5-0 at half time. Fleming's opener was absolutely brilliant, I've got to say. I'm trying to remember all the goals now. Fleming got the second one as well, a little tap in, great play from Anthony, and then it went so loose towards the end of the first half. 34, 45, and then 45 plus 2 on the stoppage time. Josh Laurent's was a nice finish. The first one, swivel right foot down the middle of the goal, but he hit it pretty hard. Then Laurent heads in from on the goal line, and then, just a rank back pass comes out. Cullen's following in on the press. They're smelling blood. They know Plymouth's heads have gone. Plymouth's legs have gone. Plymouth's everything's gone. Oh, and just those last 2 goals, it was just painful watching it go from 4 until 5. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me. Let's read some comments here. Oh, you have to feel sorry for the Plymouth fans. Not fun. Yeah. We all like to see a team play well and win and play great football. But, yeah, I'm not going to read that that one out from Liam. But that seems to be the main reason for... I mean, look, Burnley are playing well, but... Painful first half, that one. Wasn't it? Oh, goodness me. Never fun seeing a side give up like that. Yeah, I wouldn't use the word give up. I know what you mean, White Hart Dane. It's, just the heads go and the confidence goes and you can't run, you can't kick, you can't do anything. Oh, my goodness me. Right. I think I need to cleanse my soul from that horrible, horrible battering that Plymouth have just got. You'll be loving it if you're a Burnley fan. They are 5-0 up at half-time. Probably the most brutal half of football I've seen all season. I'm going to take 5 and grab a drink and use the little boys' room. Maybe do the same. And if you're a Plymouth fan and you're still here, I mean, what in God's name do you make of that? I don't know whether you can blame the new manager. I'm sure plenty of people will still blame Wayne Rooney. A lot of people are blaming the ownership for some poor operational decisions. But, yeah, maybe it's not the time for blame now. It's a bit of a time for reflection. So we're going to take 5. I'll be back. Plymouth 0, Burnley 5. Unbelievable. We're going to see you in 5 minutes. I've really got to stop cutting it that fine, getting back into this room, haven't I? Here we are, back from half time. And of course, because I was rushing, I've just spilt my blooming drink on the desk as well. Just did that disgusting thing. I'll just wipe it up with me hoodie. There we go. What a welcome back. Although it could be worse. You could be a Plymouth fan. Half time. It's Plymouth 0, Burnley 5. That's an entire hand of digits. Yes, jokes ahoy about my Suffolk heritage there and how many digits I've got on my hand. Really, really painful first half, wasn't it? Goodness me. Get your comments in. What have we got here? Let me know also if you are watching any of the other games that are going on in the Championship, and we can have a little looky at those. Let's have a look at your comments. Where am I going to start here? Kelvin, interestingly, after tonight, Burnley's goal difference is now comfortably better than both Sunderland's and Sheffield United's. Could be significant. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Goal difference at the top of the table tends to make a bit more difference than goal difference at the bottom, doesn't it? I think you get more tight matchups at the end of the season in terms of promotion goal difference races. But hey, yeah, if you can put +5, 6, 7 or whatever it is they're going to add up to tonight, then you will take it. Christ on a bike. Yeah. If you went away at 2-0 and now it's 5-0, yeah, Plymouth collapsed very, very badly. Stephen's loving it, yeah. Look, if we hired a capable man, oh come on, let's not go in on the new manager. I don't know whether that's going to be helpful or accurate. We'll get a bigger sample size of his work and see how he does. Goodness me. After such a dominant half, you often see the winning team taking the foot off the brake. So don't think the second half, but yeah, and Ian says at Linfond, we do see that quite a lot often. You know, that, yeah, it's 5-0 at half time and everyone just goes, okay, let's just have a bit of a rest in the second half. No one get hurt. We'll take our 3 points and up, and away we go. Is Sheffield Wednesday 1-1 now? Oh, and then it says 2-1. What's going on, hey? Should we have a look and see what went on? There you go, Clark. I agree with you. This is 100% on the board, not Muslik. What's going on in the other games in the Championship? In fact, let me share my screen and we will bring it up here to have a look at for everybody. Everybody. It's Leeds versus Norwich. 57 gone, says Footmob. And Leeds are 1-0 up. And looking at the attack momentum, which is the only information I know about this game, they look fairly dominant. But Norwich have got some quality. Always want that second goal, but Leeds have been so brilliant at home this season, haven't they? So Leeds heading back to the top. Portsmouth 3, Stoke 1. We said about that Pompey front four, they've got goals in them, don't they? They have Bishop, Lang, Murphy and Ritchie we've spoken about. Ogilvy's got a goal from fullback tonight. Pompey are going up to 18th as things stand. And I think there's been a couple of goals at Hillsborough from what you guys are saying. In fact, give me a minute. We're just going to have a look. We saw the Solomon goal and that weird bit of goalkeeping by Angus Gunn there, kind of diving out of the way, basically, giving Solomon a nice, easy finish. Another goal for him. We get any more goals up on the screen, Sky? Maybe not. Yeah, so 2 quick goals at Hillsborough. It was 1-0 at half-time. Gassama had given Wednesday the 1-0 lead. Wells equalised, and then Bernard scored immediately afterwards, like 51 and then 53. Wednesday, with a win, would be 2 points off the playoffs. How about that? Burnley are going back to 3rd and greatly improving their goal difference. Leeds are going back to the top, and Pompey are going up to 18th. And as I said earlier in the show, you people talking to me about a high tide in the relegation battle, you might be right, Let me just bring the bottom of the table up here. What do we got? Who's over a point per game? So Cardiff are on a point per game there. Derby are 1 off it. And we're expecting probably an improvement from Hull and Luton from their points per game at the moment. And Portsmouth and Oxford, 2 League One clubs last year, are doing a damn fine job of pulling themselves away from it. What I'm saying is that the numbers we're tracking on, we're judging there on the whole season, whereas Portsmouth particularly, you're including the first 8 games or whatever where they didn't win in that, whereas they're tracking a lot better number than that. And yeah, I just feel Luton and Hull with their squads are, not gonna end up where they are right now. Looks like Callum Wright is gonna come on. Looks like Christ, triple substitution. Wright, Bundu, Sorinola all on. Bundu's smiling. That's one good thing about substitutes. They haven't got the stink of a 5-0 first half on them. We are about to get off and running in the second half. It's Plymouth 0, Burnley 5. I suspect the 3 points is safe here. But can Plymouth do anything useful with this second half? As I disappear off the screen again, make a complete mess of putting the clock on the screen. What I was supposed to do was this, and then this, and hopefully you'll be able to see the clock, and it's not in time, even in the slightest. Deary me. I'm as bad as Plymouth's defending. How about that? Sorry, sticking the boot in. I think I got it lined up by some fluky pressing of plus now, so there you go. As a Patreon member and user watch, it feels very odd watching Mr. Parkin on commentary. There you go. Check out Sam, who's probably as befuddled as all of us are after that first half. Incredible collapse by Plymouth, wasn't it? Goodness me. Here comes Sorinola for Argyle. Cross goes in from Baidu's blocked out. Randell slips it in, and a shot at goal by Bundu into the side netting. Ollie, what do you think the score would be if our starting 11 that won League One played against this current Argyle team? We'll never know. There must be a few players that played in both. It can't be a completely different team. But yeah, if the game was, well, you see, that's the difficult thing because they'd both be playing at home. Whereas the Plymouth team that won League One was like invincible at home, but they'd be playing against themselves essentially. So they wouldn't have home advantage, which was a big thing. But yeah, they'd win. Wonder what that team talk was like. My God. Actually, let me know in the chat. Have you ever watched your team and they've been 5 down at half time? Anyone been live at a game and seen their team 5 down at half time? I think possibly I went and saw Ipswich play at Swindon once, and they were 4 up at halftime. I can't remember. Oh no, actually, Ipswich played Burnley. Actually, we've got Burnley fans in the chat. I'm sure I was at a game at Portman Road between Ipswich and Burnley, and I think Ipswich were 5-0 up at half-time. Someone fact-check me on that. Joe Royal would have been the manager. I'm thinking it would have been like 2003 or 2002 or something like that. Someone fact-check me on that. I think that might have been 5-0 at half-time. So I might have actually seen it myself. Norman, 2 seasons ago, we were all saying how well Plymouth will run. Yeah. We were, weren't we? They were the ones. The blueprint for everybody to follow. Is it 2-0 to Leeds? Can we get that one confirmed? Leeds are amazing at home, aren't they? They just like win 2-0 or 3-0 every week. QPR v Newcastle 5-5. When was that? Goodness me. I think we were 5-0 up at half-time at Southampton the last time we won a game. There's an offside there, I think, against Mustafa Bundu. There you go. So I've seen it myself. And this 5-5, I need to see pictures of this 5-5 between QPR and Newcastle. That sounds right up my street. So I've seen a 5 at half-time and I couldn't even remember. This is when you've watched too many football matches, isn't it? Throw into Burnley down the left-hand side. Lucas Pires is going to take it. Clipped into the middle, given away. I mean, it's a lot more even start to the second half. Obviously, there's the context of the 5-0 in the scorebox, which makes things different. Back it goes. Guys, can you help me out? Let's do a little like spike if we can. The ball is going to run through to James Trafford, which I think is going to give us 11 seconds. Hit the thumbs up button and let us know. If someone can let us know how many likes we got, that'd be great help too. Thumbs up now if you're watching. Here comes Brownhill to Anthony, low cross, cleared away by Plegazelo. That's where half of the, actually not even half of the goals, I think like 4 out of the 5 goals came from build up down the right-hand side, mostly involving Jaden Anthony. The foul been given there. I didn't see it. Callum Wright's been penalised. It's going to be a free kick to Burnley down the right-hand side. Like spike is great. Got my thumbs moving. How many likes have we got, guys? Can someone let me know in the chat? How are we doing for likes on this stream? Good question, that, Robert. We could have 2 hat-trick players for Burnley. We've got Fleming and Laurent could both be getting a hat-trick today. In comes the set piece, whipped into the near post. Wright, who conceded it, clears it out, and it's going to be another throw-in. Happy days. 80 likes. Woof. See if we can get up to 100. Be lovely, wouldn't it? Perez. Foster. Laurent. Esteve. Cullen. Burnley starting to regain control after a, even first 5 minutes to this half. Anthony crosses left-footed to the back post. Ooh. Fleming gets a touch on that. He probably scores, doesn't he? How close was he, though? Just over his head. Lovely line on the cross. Yeah, he's just not tall enough. Or the cross is just too high, whichever way you want to look at it. Man City 2-0 up, Real Madrid 3-0 up. Let us know if you're watching any Champions League football tonight. Bet there was no 5-0 half times in the Champions League, was there? All about the EFL here on the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Here's a crossing position. Sorinola pops it in right-footed, headed away by Egan Riley. JB recycle. Mumba, oh dear. Don't know what he's trying there. I guess it's a cross, but he hit it as hard as a shot would have needed to be hit. And he's just blasted it straight into the crowd. Oof. Oh, welcome, Matt. Hit the like button if you think Burnley might win this. They've got a chance. Some guys just got a big cheer for heading the ball in the stand. Hope his technique was good. And he's not got a headache now. When a non-footballer headers a ball, I'm always worried. Head it on the top of their head and knock themselves out. God. Anthony into the box. Crosses right-footed Foster on the back stick. I think Foster fouled his man, didn't he? Sorinola went over with him. No foul given. I thought Foster clambered over the back of him, but no foul given. And the ball's cleared down the ground to James Trafford. .55 gone. Let's have a look at this. Cross went into the back stick. There was action in the middle, actually, that I didn't see. Fleming. Oh. Was that Paulson again? Who's trying? He desperate. Oh no, it was Plugazalo. Did have a hand of Fleming's shirt, didn't he? Sure, VAR might have been interested in that one in the Premier League. They're determined to concede a penalty tonight, aren't they, Plymouth? They're having a good go. Oh, it's opened up for Perez. He's into the box. Left-footed, terrible cross. All the way over. It's starting to get loose again now, which could mean more Burnley goals. Really poor cross that by Perez. Up and over. They're pretty lethal in the first half, weren't they, Burnley? Especially that first goal. That was a brilliant goal, wasn't it? Here comes Wright. Wright crosses left-footed. Blocked out. Mumba. Cleared away by Cullen. It'll flick round the corner. Burnley can't counter-attack. Laurent chest down. Where's that going? Get rid of it, say all the Burnley fans. And that's what they do. JB to Plugazalo. Paulson. It's clipped over the top. It's an atrocious ball straight through to Trafford. By the Polish centre-back, whose name I've forgotten. What's his name again? Puskás? No, Puskás. He was a famous Hungarian footballer. Puskás, I believe, is the name I'm looking for. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. If you get over 100 likes, will you bring a Vuvuzela to the commentary game with Matt SP? I'll happily take the 100 likes, but I don't want to be responsible for taking a Vuvuzela to a football match. I just don't want to be that guy just to irritate everybody else. I would hope one of the stewards would take it off me as I tried to go in. JB in midfield for Argyle. Right. Worked out to Sorinola. He'll feed down the line. Blocked out by Perez. Throw in Argyle. So we come up the hour mark. Here's Pukaz. Mumba. It'll feed through to right by Plugazelo. Decent from Plymouth. Right crosses in to nobody in particular. Nice header clear. Burnley clear their lines. Little bit of pressure from Plymouth. Don't want to get caught up the pitch and counter-attack though, do they? Who have I got for Burnley Leeds on Monday? Oh, I'll be thinking about that tomorrow morning. Hey? Cullen, fouled. Free kick against Baidu. Cullen just too good for him. Baidu takes him down to stop the attack. Perez. Foster. Estev. Egan Riley. Where are we in the other games? We must be closing in on the last 15. Would I be right? Yeah, 76, we think. Leeds 2, Norwich 0. Oh, across the box there. Grabbed by Grimshaw, though. Pompey 3, Stoke 1. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Bristol City 1. Loads of goals tonight. 2, 6, 9, 14 goals in 4 EFL Championship games. How'd you like that? What do you think about Wolfenden leaving this transfer window? I don't like it. I want him to stay, but that might just be me being sentimental. Because you like to have someone who's come through the ranks, hey? PSG 2-2 against Man City. Was that not 2-0 to Man City? Paulson. Bukaz. Down the line. One back by Burnley. Well, this is, I mean, look, it's a low bar, admittedly, but it's much better from Plymouth. They're kind of, you know, in the game for the last 10 minutes, aren't they? Obviously, there's the context that they're 5-0 down, right? Nice switch of play out to Foster. 1v1 with Sorinola. Overlap from Perez. Oh, nice little slide into the box. Laurent, bit of a hefty first touch. Sorinola's let Perez nick that off him. Foster knocks it back to Cullen. Cullen crosses right-footed. Fleming. Oh, he jumped underneath that. It's a good cross, that, actually. Fleming's had a couple of decent crosses aimed towards him. Yeah, he didn't get up early enough for that. Wasn't a bad cross, was it? Lovely to see Tony Mowbray back in the dugout last night. Got a great reception at Riverside. Yeah, a universally-liked fella. Estev might get yellow card for that, actually. He's been whistled for the foul. Is it Bundu running off him? He's quite lucky not to get a yellow for that, isn't he? Oof. We have free kick to Argyle. Over on the left-hand side. 4 goals in 10 minutes in that Man City game. I think that beats even this game, doesn't it? Where we seem to have a goal every Burnley attack towards the end of the first half, didn't we? 63 gone, still 5-0. 5-0. Jeez. But can Plymouth get one back here? Free kick. Fired in, punched away by Trafford. Superman punch. Deals with that well. The England representative keeper. Spent 25 minutes earlier moaning to a colleague about how Burnley are incapable of scoring more than 1 goal in a game. Well, that ended well, didn't it? Right. Ooh, slides it through. Bundu's driven wide, puts the cross in, but he's offside already. Everybody stops as the ball comes over. Yeah, he just didn't hold his run. Offside flag goes up. Guys, we'll be back with Sam, who is commentating on this game right now for Sky Sports, and he's staying over in Plymouth. So I'm assuming I'm going to be speaking in from some hotel tomorrow, but we are going to do the predictions, and we'll probably have a little look at the relegation battle in the Championship check-in podcast. So look out for that tomorrow. And then, what is it? Sheffield United. Who's on Friday night, guys? Help me out. Who am I watching along with on Friday night? God, I can't keep up with 3-game weeks. Sheffield United versus Hull. We are watching on Friday night. So come and join us for that. I think we're doing Millwall QPR on Saturday, and then brilliant game on Monday night coming up. Burnley versus Leeds. Worth Arsenal 2-0 up. Let us know if you're watching any other games. Leeds are 2 up against Norwich. Wednesday 2-1 up against Bristol City, and Pompey are 3-1 up against Stoke at Fratton. Here's JB for Plymouth. Foul on JB. It's going to be a free kick to Argyle. I was just going to say, Scott Parker probably needs to stick some subs in now and refresh this. And literally, as I was having that thought, it looks like I've just copied what he's doing because there's 2 getting ready. But I promise, I had that thought before I saw the players warming up. Callum Wright and Josh Brownhill are having some WWF fun Royal Rumble here. Doing that thing footballers do where they try and goad each other into hitting each other or headbutting each other, and no one does anything and we all live happily ever after. Referee's going to give him a Churchillian speech here. And we all live happily ever after. Lovely pushing and shoving. Head to head. Usual boring stuff. Right, free kick into the box from Argyle, headed up by Foster. Knocked back in by Sorinola. Good question, that. Who do you think will win the big match tomorrow night? Wrexham versus Birmingham tomorrow. I went for a Birmingham away win, a statement win in that one. We're about to get a double sub. Here comes Jeremy Sarmiento and Luca Colliosho for Josh Brownhill and Jaden Anthony. Not entirely sure where they're both going to end up playing. Let's have a look. We get the wide shot of the pitch. That'd be helpful. Very stop-start this half. Fleming's now conceded a foul over in the right back area for Plymouth. Right, Colliosho's gone over to the right, has he? Or is he dropping into midfield and Sarmiento's gone over to the right? They're defending now, so you can't really see the shape. Callum Wright's down the left-hand side, and that is going to be a restart. He's magic, you know. He very, very much is magic. Never believe it's not so. Adam Randell, the Plymouth captain, is out. Jordan Houghton, the new Plymouth captain, is in. Here come Burnley with Pires. Down the left, Foster. Esteve, Egan Riley. Sarmiento, give and go. Colliosho, cross blocked. Falls to Laurent, edge of the box. Pires. Foster. Back to Pires. Nice patient. We haven't seen this from Burnley for a while. Oh, another decent cross in. Fleming can't get his head on anything. He's had 3 decent crosses into him, Fleming, this half. Not really managed to get his head on any of them, has he? Good cross that, again. Service hasn't been bad. It's a couple of timing issues for Fleming. Wow, 2-2 at Hillsborough. Can't be long left now. In all of these games, Argyle coming down the left-hand side with Bundu. Yeah, 2-2 now, 87th minute at Hillsborough. Wednesday 2, Bristol City 2. Looks like we're going to get decisive results in all the other games, but that is now level. Elsewhere, it's Leeds 2, Norwich 0, Pompey 3, Stoke 1. And obviously here, nice close game. Plymouth 0, Burnley 5. Trafford. Egan Riley. Esteve. It's gone back to James Trafford. Just taking the sting out of this. Laurent heads it down. Fleming tried to play him back through. Fleming, everything he's done in the second half has just not quite come off, has it? Having scored those 2 goals in the first half. Here comes Roberts. You wonder whether Burnley might rally now and get the 6th goal. Obviously, it goes without saying, Plymouth far more competitive in the second half, but the game state is wild, isn't it, when it's 5-0 at half-time? You don't see that very often. I think we ascertained at half-time, once in my life. For once in my life. Esteve. Cullen. Esteve. What's this thing flying around my face here? Oh, big diag looking for Foster. Foster tries to control it, just gets away from him, dribbles behind the goal where those Burnley supporters who are getting home at 3 a.m. are all housed. Hannibal's getting ready to come on as well. Should be a good game tomorrow. Actually, yeah, I've got to cover that for SBK tomorrow. So check that. Well, that video will only be on Twitter, but we'll have a little look for that. Millwall fan here. When does the new manager bounce kick in? Soon. What's the biggest comeback in Championship history? I don't know. It's headed through. The ball's in the back of the net. Surely the offside flag's going to go up against Bundu. I think the linesman was just waiting for him to make contact with the ball. It was clearly offside running back. To be fair to the linesman, he flagged before Bundu stuck that in the back of the net. You've got to work harder than that to score against Burnley this season. They only conceded 9 goals in 28 games, which is obscene. Pukas. Fed down the line. Back heel to no one in particular there by Bundu, who's getting plenty of the ball. A little bit erratic with it, but he's made a difference. I like Hardy, but yeah, it needed fresh players, didn't it, after such a mauling in the first half. Goliosho fed back up the line and looked a pretty unforced error, that one by Egan Riley. I think it's going to be an Argyle throw in front of the dugouts. Here come Hannibal and Rodriguez. Going to play 15 minutes here. Who's coming out? Lyle Foster's come over. And Zian Fleming. Zian Fleming will not be scoring a hat-trick tonight. Scored a brilliant opener. To be fair, the way Zian Fleming's second half has gone, he probably wasn't going to be scoring a hat-trick anyway. Nothing really came off for him in the second half. But he'd already done the damage in the first half, hadn't he, Fleming, with those 2 goals? Free kick, Burnley, taken short by Roberts. Giant switch of play out to Hannibal. Nice first touch. But a little bit heavy with the pass back into Esteve. And we start all over again. With 13 to play here. All of you guys saying at half-time, it would just be 5-0 now at the end of this one. You're looking like you're going to be right. Roberts. Back they go. It's training ground exercise this now, isn't it? Burnley will be very happy with a 5-0 win, provided they can keep a clean sheet for the next 13 minutes. 7 minutes, says Ollie, at Wednesday, Bristol City. And Annie says they're peppering Wednesday. Wow, could Bristol City get a weird late comeback win that didn't look likely earlier in the day? Oh, I remember that 5-5. That was ridiculous, wasn't it? At Villa Park. So who would have been the two managers then? Steve Bruce for Villa. And who was Forest's manager? Philippe Montagnier, maybe? Someone look that up. Who were the managers when it was 5-5 between Villa and Forest? Oh, PSG have turned it around. How about that? Leeds have won 2-0. Doing the business at home again. Rodriguez overhits. Fairly easy looking ball, actually, to Koleosho. This could be Burnley's 6th straight clean sheet in the league. Yeah, I don't know what there is left to say about Burnley's defensive record. Just ludicrously good, isn't it? 9 goals conceded in 28. You keep up that concentration for another 10 minutes. Knocked forward and flicked on by Bundu. Easy gather for Trafford. Thank you, everybody, for your support tonight. Easiest way to support the channel is just to interact, like, comment, and subscribe. But you can donate. There is no obligation to do so. But if you want to support via Super Chat, you can. It's a massive, massive help. Trying to make a go of these things on YouTube. Not easy as you'd imagine. You can also sign up on Patreon or YouTube. We would recommend the YouTube route there of signing up, and then you can join the WhatsApp group. We have roundtable chats, and you get early access to videos. We can do that for you on YouTube. We can't do that on Patreon, so I recommend the YouTube route. But yeah, if you can support, it'll always be free here on YouTube. But yeah, help a brother out. That's the business model. Everything's free, but we need your help. You got it. Estev, huge diag there with the left foot. Good pull that. Koleosho's not strong enough against Mumba. Pompey have won 3-1. They are getting a reputation now, Pompey, for being good at home. Pompey 3, Stoke 1. Definitely had a big Coventry 4-1, didn't they? Beat Middlesbrough there recently. Starting to knock out the home wins. Tegan Finn on for Plymouth. Forgive me, I have never seen Tegan Finn play before. New one on me. Maybe I have. If I have, I can't remember. Must be a youngster. Unforced error there. Koleosho couldn't keep it in. There you go. 4th win in a row for Pompey. 6th in 7 games. Woof. Always helps if you got some kind of home record to build on when you're down at the bottom, doesn't it? It's the basis of a lot of team survivals, isn't it? JB. Here's the young lad, Finn, who's having a little dribble to nowhere in particular. Laurent knocks it back. And we're in proper training game mode here, aren't we now? Full time. Wednesday, Bristol City 2-2. Missed opportunity that for Wednesday. They led in that game Well done, Bristol City, grabbing back a point there because they were going to be on for a 0-point week. But they got themselves a point, Bristol City. Job done at Elland Road, says Paul, which we say after most Leeds home games, don't we? Extremely good home record for Leeds United. They are back at the top of the table after one day of Sheffield United being up there. Leeds have 38 points from 15 games at home. They've only dropped points in 3 games, 12 wins. They're looking like putting on a very good home total. Leeds, very, very impressive. Next best home points tally in the league is Sheffield United with 32, but they have played 2 games fewer. 4-2 PSG. Oh, disallowed. There you go. Joe Worrell is going to come on for Burnley. CJ Egan-Riley is out. I think Burnley have taken more points away. Yeah, Burnley have had a lot of home draws. I think Burnley might have the best away record in the league as well. Oh, they have by distance, actually. Yeah, by 5 points, Burnley. They're only the 8th best home record, actually. They've dropped points in 7 home games. Yeah. Man City out of the Champions League pretty much. If I understood how the league ranking system worked, I'd be able to comment on that, but I don't. Concentrate on the league, Man City, hey? Look at that. They're in good company here. Goals conceded after 27 games. They were already the second fewest in English football history by the look of it. I don't know how far they were going back there, Sky, with that stat. Jose Mourinho's first season at Chelsea. Remember, they just never, ever conceded. Burnley v Leeds. Yeah, it should be a watch along that. I'm pretty certain we'll do Sheffield United Hull on Friday. I'm pretty certain we'll do Leeds and Burnley on Monday. And I'm fairly sure we'll get a go at who is it on Saturday? Luton and Millwall should be a fun one as well. We'll trying to pick back up on the watch-alongs after me not being very well at the start for the new year. Never helpful, is it? But I've really enjoyed the past week of them. This is the 4th one, actually. We had Burnley and Sunderland. Who did we do on Saturday lunchtime? Can't remember. It's gone already. Sunday we did Sheffield Wednesday, Leeds, didn't we? Who did we do on Saturday? I can't remember. Jeez, help me out. Who was the watch along on Saturday lunchtime? My brain's just evaporating before your eyes. Ball's back with James Trafford, who is seemingly impossible to score against. Goes long looking for Laurent, who spins. He's still on a hat-trick, Laurent. Drives forward. Foul by Sorinola, who's going to get a yellow card for that. He refuses to look at the referee, which is always a big intimation of guilt. There you go. Luton live in Denmark. Karanka's Borough only conceded 31. Yeah, brilliant. I remember. What was that keeper called? Giannopoulos? Was that right? They had a Greek keeper, didn't they? Who never conceded any goals. I think they had like 9 clean sheets in a row at one point. And they had David Nugent, who scored against Ipswich every game. Free kick, Burnley. Konstantopoulos. What did I say? Giannopoulos. Giannopoulos played for Bolton, didn't he? Stelios Giannopoulos. Right, Hannibal is there for this free kick, and Pires is there too. Pires with the left foot, Hannibal with the right. Kind of suits the left foot of the way the wall's set up, but we'll see who takes it. Going to be Hannibal. You can tell by my reaction. That wasn't a very good free kick. Loads of pace on it. Not enough dip, not enough whip. Well over the bar. And the police work in the stand there. Dodge out the way, yeah? Goal kick taken by Grimshaw has found its way all the way down to Trafford. Burnley just seeing this out now. It's been a training ground match for the last half hour, hasn't it? Grimshaw goes long again. And Grimshaw to Trafford is a common pass in this game, which isn't good, is it? So had they been eliminated, Ollie? Man City, I don't know. Pleguezuelo, what is he doing forward? Into the box, driven in, all cleared away, and Burnley keep their clean sheet. All of a sudden, Pleguezuelo, the centre-back, was careering forward into the box. And then there's a big break the other end, but well dealt with by Pujas. Sorinola can't keep it in. He's just trying to buy some time here. He needs to be careful because he's on a yellow card. Referee's telling him that. Chill out, mate. Right, we're into stoppage time, of which there needn't really be any, but rules are rules. There we go. 2 minutes of stoppage time. And it's just down to, can we have yet another clean sheet for Burnley? We know they're winning the game. We know they're heading back up in to third spot in the championship table. We're going to go 59, 58, 56, 54. And fair play, all of the four of them at the top are all going to win this midweek. Sheffield United and Sunderland won last night away from home. Leeds winning at home tonight against Norwich, and Plymouth here are the most comfortable winners, let's just say. Are about to pick up a 5-0 win, unless something mad happens in the next 50 seconds. And then we are all done. Let's just plug those watch-alongs again, guys. It looks like Laurent fouled young Finn there. In fact, let's plug everything. Sam's going to be back tomorrow. Championship check-in podcast plus predictions. Double upload tomorrow. And on Friday, we'll have the Premier League predictions with Mikey and the watch-along of Sheffield United Hull. And then, who is it? Millwall Luton on Sunday, Saturday lunchtime. Hot takes on Sunday morning. Blue Monday on Sunday night over on the Blue Monday channel. And then we'll get Matt SB on Monday. And Monday night will be another watch. It's going to be very busy the next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. The next 5 days, it might be like 10 uploads. So, Burnley, 18 clean sheets this season. That's ridiculous. This should be the last kick of the game. In fact, we're not even going to take it. Shake of the hands between Miran Muslik and Scott Parker. And the game ends Plymouth 0, Burnley 5. All the damage done in the first half. Absolutely brutal, brutal stuff from Burnley. Plymouth, a horrible collapse. Pretty uncomfortable to watch, I would have to say. Got really loose, and in like stoppage time, it went from 3-0 to 5-0 in the first half, and Burnley just steamrolling their way to another 3 points. As I said, there's going to be loads of content coming up. So if you can hit the thumbs up button right now and just let me bang through the league table really, really quickly. Leeds go back to the top. They've all won. So it's as you were. Sheffield United won last night. Burnley have won tonight 5-0. Sunderland won last night. 10 points gap there. Let's have a look down the bottom of the table. Plymouth, 5 points adrift. Horrible, horrible defeat there. Luton and Hull still in the bottom three. We're expecting a trend up from those two. Derby are on a losing streak, one above the relegation zone. And then we get Cardiff and Stoke. And look at Pompey up to 18th, back-to-back wins, and they are winning home games at the moment. Pompey, thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. We'll see you with Sam for predictions and championship check-in tomorrow. Looking forward to speaking to Mr. Parkin. He's just been at this game right now. Give him a tweet if you enjoyed his commentary. And we will see you for much content over the next 5 days with watch-alongs and all of that good stuff. If you say nice things in the chat, I'll put them up over the outro music. And we will see you all very, very soon on a very comfortable night for Burnley and a very horrible night for Plymouth. Plymouth 0, Burnley 5. Ouch. See you soon.